Hey, what's up, guys? Max here. So, Superior Iron Man is going to be getting a buff, and it is going to be happening literally this month. So that's super exciting for us to kind of mess around, play around. But take a look at mine, man. Rank 1, 660. Surprisingly, he's not SIG 200, and I've been playing this game from the beginning. So we kind of stopped getting him, I guess, naturally, but never cared to rank him up because yeah, didn't really have any use. So let's bring out the stats. Now, these are going to be, they've been given it to us part of the content creator program just to kind of look over and kind of see and read what the expectancy kind of like buff is going to be looking like. One of the things I like to look at is the balancing team kind of judges these champions accordingly to their whatever rate system they have. But damage, they're giving this guy a 5 out of 5 on damage, and 4 out of survivability. So that's actually pretty impressive. Easy to use, 3 utility, 2 defender strength is actually 1. I did notice some defender things, maybe just 1. It's not meant to be like a super crazy defender, but I did notice one of the things. Well, I'll point out though. Okay, but yeah, let's talk about his crazy attack since he's given a damage 5 out of 5. Now you're going to be wanting to get this guy. We're going to give a quick run through, and this is kind of how I understood this on paper. On paper, it seems kind of really interesting, but we're going to get some gameplay and testing and just look to see how he performs, whether it's Alliance War you want to start using him or Battlegrounds. Okay. So he's going to be able to chase up to 43 buffs for some insane damage. And the reason why each buff is going to give damage is because if you notice right here down here on his abilities, it says that for each buff, he gets a 126 attack rating. And you're going to be able to get over 40. So 43 buffs in total. I think keeping them is going to be quite difficult. And that's kind of one of the things I want to test is kind of ideally like at 20 buffs, halfway, half amount of buffs. Like how much damage are you dealing? How easy it is to get them. On paper, we could kind of assume already how to do it, but that's kind of like what I'm interested in seeing just overall, right? But I mentioned something about his defensive abilities. So his sim armor, he actually gets this, if he has 3 of these unique superior buffs, he's going to have a 25% chance to auto-block basic attacks. Now, we know what 25% means. That's quite a lot, guys. But at 5 of these superior buffs, again, on defense, he's going to have a auto-block mechanic at 100%. So you can kind of use that too offensively, which is also very interesting. It does go on a cooldown for 20 seconds for defense reasons. So it might be something you might kind of like expect. So as he gets some of these buffs, you're going to be like, okay, he's going to go auto block. So it's something to keep in mind. The more we fight this guy, the more I guess we're going to get used to that. So what are these buffs, right? So a few here are pointed out here. Superior buffs, we're going to have armor up, energy resistance, critical resistance, regeneration, and amplify. Now these buffs right here, when it comes to the potency, that's what they're looking like. Superior armors increase the armor rating by 250. The energy resistance is going to be 250 as well. Critical resistance is going to be 250. The regeneration is going to be 21.43 health every second. This is increased by 150 while below 60% health. And it doesn't have a cap if you notice, so it's consistently. So it's not going to be like if once he gets to 90, you're done. So kind of want to test that out as well to see kind of how he survives, when it comes to his health loss. Does it keep up? And that's per buff too, by the way, guys. So, and then the amplify increases the ability power rate by 12.5. Now he gains another buff. So these are the core superior buffs, because they're called superior buffs because he is superior. That's kind of like the whole point here in the description. It says all his personal buffs are superior and gain a 100% ability accuracy, and have a max stack of 8 unless otherwise stated. So the other thing is he has his heavy attack. That is just 1 buff. It's a superior instinct buff. So that's going to give Tony or Superior Iron Man to be able to trigger the parry mastery against non-contact attacks. So that's going to be super cool, super interesting. That's going to be a 10-second thing. So very interesting how we play that out, okay? One of the things, too, in his kit, you're going to notice, I think it's up here. I think I passed it to. Oh, here we go. So intercepting the opponent with a medium attack or striking them with a second medium, so medium, randomly grants one unique core superior buff that does not already one that he doesn't already have. So intercepting is going to be easy. So if you can intercept, I wonder if you're going to be intercept with the medium and another medium. Do you get two? Intercepting with a light. Sometimes this is a little bit more difficult to do. Striking with fourth light attack randomly grants two core superior buffs out of any buff of any type Tony already has. So this is how you get them, basically. Okay, so intercepting is gonna be a thing you're gonna want to do. And if you're not good at intercepting, you can still apply these buffs because of medium or a light ending combo. So but ideally, intercepting is going to be the best and fastest way to increase his damage quickly, okay? So it refreshes all his superior buffs whenever a new unique superior buff activates. So again, we know the details when it comes to like how many. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as you get one, they refresh. So they don't just fall off, right? So that's gonna be really good. So ideally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 intercepts, 5 it's gonna be not a quick thing, which is I'm kind of worried about for battlegrounds, but it's not gonna be, I don't foresee it being a bad thing too. Okay, so that's again just my thoughts on paper so far. Now let's take a look at a special attack 1, 2, and 3. Maybe just 1 and 2 for now. For each unique superior buff on Tony, inflicts an armor break debuff, each reducing armor rating by 45.92 for 10 seconds. So this is going to be really good, and we're going to notice this to be even stronger as he gains more buffs, okay? I don't know if they're stacked. I think it's just going to be basically the 5 unique buffs. I don't think if he has like 10 or 15, I don't know if that's how that works. I don't think so, but we're gonna test that out. If 2 or more unique superior buffs are active, gains a superior power gain buff. So this is again on the special one, and granting 40% of a bar of power over 10 seconds. This buff will not trigger if already active. So like if you launch back-to-back special ones and you have this superior power gain buff, you're not going to be able to get it twice. So it's going to be interesting. Again, falls off in 10 seconds. But the special 2, man, on activating, gains 1 copy of each active core superior buff. So if you have like 3 or 4 already, you gain 3 or 4 more. And inflicts a non-stacking armor break debuff for 15 seconds, reducing armor rating by now 397 with a 50% increased potency each buff on Tony. So I think the special 2 is what's going to create a big armor break, and so it's probably going to be the race to get to a second special 2, maybe. And just very quickly, there is another buff you can get, but again, special 3s, you probably don't play that in battlegrounds, but you could play this in other game modes like Alliance War or Questing. Also care to look into his Awaken ability very quickly. So his Awaken ability, further exploitation of the Extremis 3.0 virus grants Tony incredible regeneration capabilities while below 30% health, increasing that potency basically by 304%. So when he's at 30% health, that the higher SIG, I'm guessing here, is what's going to get increased. So like if you have him at SIG 200, I'm guessing that's going to be 304. Also, the second bullet point, these ones with percentages or seconds involved are the ones that I'm guessing are going to get increased the higher the SIG he is. Reduces the cooldown of the auto block by 49%, and then also the bleed, incinerate, and shock effects pause his personal buffs for 2.0 seconds whenever Tony's inflicted with the bleed. So they do mention something about recoil here, double edge. Running that like kind of gives him a benefit. So that's going to work really well, when it comes to his Awaken ability. So I know on paper, dude, guys, yeah, he looks pretty good. I don't want to sit here and talk too much about his whole entire thing, but because we're going to get some gameplay and we're going to, but yeah, just if you guys were interested in, getting some ideas, some of my thoughts so far from just reading this description, and just finding more about him, I think, yeah, he seems pretty cool, man. He seems good. Yeah, I'm really interested in seeing basically his his damage. You know, especially I'm rating him at 5 out of 5 on the damage. So super interested in seeing that. So we should have that active, I think, if not tomorrow, sometime this. I think they said the 9th, so it should be tomorrow. You know, as of the recording of this video is the 8th, so super excited to test them out. Yeah, so we're gonna be looking forward to that, guys. Take care. Catch you guys on the next one. If you see something in the description that I missed, or you think, hey Max, what about this? You know, make sure you test this out. Let me know. Let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely get to it. But for now, guys, take care. Peace.